comes B.J. Carey. Here comes Brian Labacane. They're all coming at him. Vern Nolan trying to sneak in there. But at the PWS, pretty strong.
For 21 years, the CPca Pro Tour Finals in Lloydminster have highlighted the CPCA schedule, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Not only is it the last chance to grab a spot in the 2014 Calgary Stampede, but the Canadian Championship is on the line. And of course, everyone wants that brand new GMC truck. A handful of drivers occupied the top of the standings all season long, but one driver in particular stood out on the track.
B.J. Carey, CSI Canada Safety, showing caution to the wind. The whole stretch drive, the rallying cheer that took the debut here. B.J. Carey on the inside with CSI. Devin Mitchell from the outside, and here comes Vern Nolan in the late fashion. It's B.J. Carey.
This was the scene last year, as B.J. Carey crossed the finish line first in the championship dash, only to have his season end in heartbreak. He was assessed a 1-second late outrider penalty, which handed the Canadian Championship to Vern Nolan. Carey made it his mission to get back to the big dance. The St. Walburg native has steadily improved every season since his rookie year in 2007, and 2013 was his best campaign yet.
I started doing things on my own and just experimenting, and it seemed to be working. And so I'm training on my own, I'm doing everything south of Lloyd here.
The 33-year-old opened the year by winning back-to-back shows in North Battleford and Little Pine, setting the tone as the man to beat early on. Over the course of the season, Carey picked up day money 10 times and won an impressive 4 show titles, which included setting the track record in Turtleford just a few days before the finals. It all added up to a 41.5-point lead in the driver standings.
Horses are working phenomenal. They're feeling good. It's a great feeling to be sitting where I am.
But day one in the border city didn't go exactly as planned for Big Bad BJ.
Heat number 8, take 2, quiet on the set. There's the horn and the charge is underway. Stoves going, Outriders mount up, and B.J. Carey is southbound and down.
After going penalty-free for most of the season, Carey was credited with a false start and wagon interference in heat number 8, adding 3 seconds to his time and dropping him to 24th place on the day.
If you have penalties like that, it doesn't work. So I'm going to have to redeem myself tomorrow night off of 4 and then come back with 1 and 2 and try staying on top there. It's the way she goes, wagon racing.
Yeah, we didn't have a real good start. We had that false start before the race, and most of them good outfits, once they false started, and then you go back in there and you've pulled on them and stuff like that, and then you don't get a real good start. Mine didn't. They kind of just hesitated a little bit at the horn, and I think that's why we were a little bit slower tonight.
While some big names had less than ideal starts to the Lloyd show, one familiar face came out of the gates flying.
Wayne Knight opens him up a notch. Mike's Oilfield service southbound and down, and here comes Ray Mitzway. Dream catcher chasing the dream with Bell's drilling. But at the PWN steel finish line, it will be Wayne Knight. Mike's Oilfield by the wagon lane.
Wayne Knight posted a lightning fast 1:15.37, earning him day money on opening night.
Well, I didn't really expect to be on top, but I knew I'd be close. But because they've been working well the last 3 weeks.
And the veteran of over 20 years had a simple game plan for how to continue his success on night 2.
Hopefully right out in front, but that's the plan, is just get out in front. That's the only way you win, is if you're in the front. So.
Ray Mitzwing, a veteran of some 31 years in the wagon box and a former Calgary aggregate champion.
Day 1 was also a good one for the Mitzwings. Ken Studer, driving in place of the injured Devon, clocked in with the 4th quickest time of the day, while Ray finished just 1/8 of a second behind Wayne Knight.
Oh, actually really well, considering I came off the 4-barrel tonight, and to be up there feels pretty good.
The father-son duo came in sitting 7th and 8th in the season standings and did a good job of solidifying their spots for next year in Calgary.
Our game plan coming in here was to try and stay consistent and be in the middle of the pack, so we qualify into Calgary. So like we only got 10 spots, and then me and Devin were kind of close to that. So we had to make a game plan to stay clean, and that was about all we had to do.
Day 2 finally saw some movement in the standings, and just like on opening night, the best action was in Heat 7.
The horn sounds and the charge is underway. Ray Mitzling, dream catcher, Love Holmes, and Bell Drilling gets out there from the outside and to the front side, but always held 3 wide. The rail grabber is Brian Labicane with Holtz, Powder River Sails, and in between, sandwiched in between, is Mike's Oilfield with Old Crafty. Wayne Knight, look at the 3 at him. A Chuckwagon Tsunami as they come out of that second turn. Oh, Brian Labicane's not making it easy. He's got Jamie's outfit right alongside, back only a neck. Third to the outside comes Ray Mitzling. The rail advantage paying off. Brian Labicane holds Powder River Sails, eases him into that number 4 turn, and striking at him from the outside comes Old Crafty. Wayne Knight, that's how they set up for the southbound and down PWM steel finish line. Here comes Ray Mitzling. Right alongside is Wayne Knight, I should say Brian Labicane. And Wayne Knight at the wire, it's going to be Brian Labicane by a nose over Wayne Knight.
Brian Laboucaine, driving his son Jamie's outfit, comes out on top in the tightest heat of the final so far. Laboucaine would end up with the fastest time of the night, moving Jamie ahead of Shane Nolan into 4th place in the standings and that last spot in the championship dash. Dallas Dick had been driving the outfit prior to the finals, but the CPCA legend decided to take the reins in Lloydminster, and it paid big dividends.
Originally, Dallas, drove after Calgary, and I drove the first outfit, and then we decided, well, I'll drive his outfit, and it was just, one of those things where I knew the horse was better than Dallas, and Dallas did a good job when he was driving, but we just decided, maybe I'll drive him.
With Jamie's wagon in Heat 7 and his own in Heat 8, there isn't any time for Brian to relax between races. And the 64-year-old is just fine with that.
I don't get tired, physically tired. It's trying to get your breath back because your adrenaline's flowing and you're breathing heavier after a race, so you got to try to get your heart rate down and your breathing back before you get into the barrels a second time. And so far it's been working good. It's we drive in the spring. I drive 3 or 4 outfits a day when we're training in the spring, so it's it isn't something new.
Though we didn't move up in the standings, it was another solid outing for Wayne Knight. The St. Walburg star continues to tear up the track at Halstead Downs, posting the second best time on Thursday, just 8/100ths of a second away from his second straight day money.
I ran 2 wide, and I ran 2 wide yesterday, and we ended up yesterday first, second today, or third, so I'm happy with it.
Coming up, Chris Molly's solid showing at the finals continues as the third-year driver tries to lock down a spot at next year's Stampede.